Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa. This is our match reaction for Rostock 3, Aston Villa 1. If you are new to our channel, make sure you are subscribing. Get on the journey with us. Smash the like button and comment your thoughts if you watch the game and you want to share your thoughts as well. So, really enjoyable game, to be honest. I really enjoyed watching it. A lot of Villa youth on show again. So, it's great to see them playing against a third division German side. The physicality you could see was in that game towards the end of it as well, especially when we made a lot of changes. But one thing that I really enjoyed was watching Unai on the touchline, coaching, nurturing, and just giving them the opportunity and seeing how we played against this team. So two different lineups. We kept the same lineup in the first half into the second half, and then we sort of started to make some changes. So we started the game with Bezo, Mings, Pau, Bogard, Moreno, Garcia, Kamara, Barkley, Burrows, Ramsey, and Jimo Aloba. And it was the second time, but I'd say this was more of a out and out back three. So the back three was Bogard, Mings, and Pau, and then we had two wing backs. And I liked that Mings was playing on that right hand side, Pau was playing on the left, and Bogard was sort of sometimes going inside to an inside channel on that right hand side. And I've got a lot of notes, so I made some notes on the game. So I'll try and run through a lot of the things that really stood out for me. I thought Mings' passing into a central space was good. I thought Jimo Aloba and Burrows had some nice touches, and they were shown a little bit of bravery in the first half. Mings had a header off the post. Ramsey was able to drive forward. Garcia 1v1, showing a little bit more intent, getting the ball into the box as well. Kamara was getting into a more advanced position as well, taking a shot from the edge of the box. He did blast it over, but again, that's something that I really want to see from Kamara this season, getting involved and just playing a little bit further forward. Moreno was okay, poor defending at one phase. He had a 2v1 and they were able to slice past him. Bezo made a really good save, and Ramsey was able to score. It was a real nice Ramsey goal, edge of the box, wrapped his foot around it, curled into the bottom corner. So I thought first half was really good from Villa. I liked to see the new identity of what we were all about, new formation, and we'll go into that more tomorrow. So we'll do a big episode on that tomorrow. But the first half was good, calm, composed. Everybody played okay. Got a lot of minutes into the legs again. Started the second half and we'd got pretty much the same lineup. And then I'd say around 55, we started making some changes. So Hemmings came on, Ozcan came on, Marshall came on. And then later on in that half, we did go on to make a flurry of saves. Flurry of subs, sorry. Garcia cut inside, had a shot. Jimo Aloba showed some nice touches. Hemmings, the central midfielder who stood out against Warsaw, had a real little 5-minute period where he was craving for the ball. He was showing for the ball. He wanted the ball. He made a really good tackle. There was a time when he stepped past somebody and there was a foul. So we had a nice little flurry of moments. Unai then decided to make more changes with Mosquera, Dobbin, Carroll, Pavey, Rowe coming on. And at that part, and this is what happens in pre-season, the ebb and flow of a game, we lost our sort of way a little bit. TJ Carroll decided to try and get his studs and do a little roll over the ball. He sort of like missed the ball and they were able to pounce on it and score. They scored an absolute worldie with a player driving forward into the top right-hand corner. And then late on, they had a corner that was sort of like lofted in back post. Keeper made a save and parried it to one of their players. So I think all in all, it was another good run out for this very youthful Aston Villa team. And I think what we'll now start to see is that pre-season will go up a notch. This was the first phase where a lot of our team are still at home. McGinn, Rodgers, Konsa, Cash, Digne, Onana, Tielemans, Martinez, Matson, Marlon, all still at home. And this was the first little cluster of it where Unai was using a lot of the youth team. What will happen now is that the core group of Villa players will become part of the main squad for pre-season. I imagine a lot of these youngsters will still be a part of it, training behind the scenes, and then there'll just be a flurry of them that start making appearances, maybe probably like 3 or 4 of them, as opposed to 15, 16 of them. So pre-season, I imagine, will now start to take that next level and go into that next phase, and we'll just see all of those Villa first teamers back in action. Now, a brand new concept to the channel during next season, part of the match reaction is going to be player ratings. We are going to be doing player ratings for the new season. So I think now some of these players that have played during this pre-season deserve a mention, because we might not see some of them again until we go into the under-21s, etc. So what I think is important then is that if we have a little look at them, and we'll go through and we'll give them all a little bit of a rating then. So we'll go through today's team. We'll go through the first half first, and then we'll give them a rating, and we'll just sort of get this new concept up and running. So I've tried to create brackets that are quite closely knit together, that give us a full range of players that we can vote for. Obviously, number 10 is like player of the match, etc. So Bizot, on his first Villa outing, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was competent with the ball at his feet, didn't concede a goal, didn't look flustered, made a good save. Mings, I'm going to give a 7 to as well. I thought he looked calm, composed, good on the ball, playing some nice balls into central midfield. Pau, I'll give a 7 to as well. I think 7 for me across the board is good, and I think I'm comfortable with giving 7s for a good performance. Bogard, I liked him. I thought he was good at sort of like that third centre half on that right hand side. Again, I thought he was good, so he can go in the 6s and the 7s. Moreno, guys, I'm just not feeling Moreno anymore. He was okay, but he had a bit of a mare 1v1 defending, going forward doesn't offer too much for me. So I'll give Moreno a 5. Garcia, I'm going to give a 7. He got forward. I think I need to see more from him as a player. Kamara, absolutely, I'm going to give him an 8. I think Kamara's one of our best players, and he bossed the midfield. He was really good. Barkley, I thought, was better against Warsaw. So Barkley, again, pretty solid. Not really much to say about Barkley. Didn't have to do loads and loads of work. Next one, we're going to go with Young Burrows, the winger that played on the right-hand side. I thought he had a real good game. A lot of bright moments at times. So I'm going to give him a solid 7. We've got Jacob Ramsey, who got his goal, and I'm going to give him an 8, because I actually feel like this new formation, the 5-3-2 that we were playing, I actually feel like it opened him up a little bit and gave him a little bit more of a purpose and an outlet, rather than sort of sometimes isolating him in a pocket. I think he worked well in the 3. So Ramsey, I'm going to give an 8. I thought he was good. And finally, first half, Jimo Aloba, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he worked hard. There's some nice touches in there, but didn't really see too much of the ball. I'm not going to rate everybody from the second half, because some of them just didn't really touch the ball too much. But a big player for me and someone who I've been really impressed with during pre-season, especially, is the young lad Hemmings. I think for a young lad, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he's stepped up and he's looked the brightest. He's looked like the one that has caught my eye the most. So young Hemmings deserves a massive shout out. And everybody else, second half, you know, they were just okay. I think when we made all those changes and went very youthful at the back, the back line in that second half towards the end was we'd got Mascara, we've got TJ Carroll, we've got Rowe, and we've got Ozcan. I mean, that you're talking football about having a settled back line. You want partnerships and stuff, and that back line had got no partnership whatsoever. So I just wanted to introduce really what the player ratings are going to be. Obviously, during a normal game, they're going to be more in depth than this. There's going to be a lot more to talk about. But I just wanted to bring the idea to the channel. We'll stick with them now for the whole of pre-season. But I just really wanted to just show you what is going to be coming within the match reaction for next season. So, again, the result is totally irrelevant for me. I'm more concerned about, at this stage, having a look at what system and formation we're playing. And then as pre-season ramps up and goes through the gears, then we'll start looking at performances from players within this current system. I'm hearing that Newcastle have got battered against Celtic. It's completely irrelevant. It makes no difference whatsoever because it's just totally irrelevant. So I'm really pleased that we've been able to have a look at these young players, especially Hemmings, to see what he's all about. And this is what this first phase of pre-season has been able to teach us. So thanks everybody for watching. If you're new, subscribe, smash the like button, comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.